Hey y'all, come on in, come on in. It is Forward Friday with Dr. K. Come on in, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm super duper excited. And guess what? Today we're also simulcasting on YouTube. This is my first YouTube live, so I'm super duper excited. So come on in, everyone, and get situated so we can get into this. We are talking about how to launch with ease. You guys, launching should not be it should not be a hassle for you guys, but some people are having major anxiety over launching, and I want to give you guys some of my tips, tools, and techniques that work for me. And so we still have 2 minutes. So while I wait for everyone to come in, I'm also going to share. So if you're out there, share, and invite somebody in that you know that is launching either a book, they're launching a coaching program, or a business. I'm telling you, these tips and tools are going to help. They're so simple, but we forget about them because they are so simple. So come on in, everyone. And to my YouTube family, hey y'all, thank y'all. Y'all be nice to me on YouTube because, again, this is my first YouTube live. I don't play with you guys over there. So I'm the new kid on the block. So come on in, everyone, and let's get started today with our launch with ease. I have been launching books. I've been launching programs. I've been launching businesses for a long time. So I can tell you the ins, the outs, the good, the bad, the ugly, the ups, the downs. And I'm telling you, it really can be nerve-wracking if you allow it to be nerve-wracking. It doesn't have to be nerve-wracking, but I can tell you now, if you don't understand how this works and you start looking at everybody else, you will be overwhelmed. So come on in. We're waiting for the countdown. Everybody is waiting. I know you guys are looking at the clock right now, but now we are going live. I just saw the countdown in. So we're live over here on the HERS Professional Life Coaching page, and we're also live on YouTube. So if you're watching me on YouTube, let me know. If you're watching on the HERS page, let me know. So come on in, and invite a friend, y'all. We want everybody to get this. We want everybody to feel at ease, everyone. So come on in. Let me share. Hey. I'm starting to see people come in. Amen. Hey, y'all. And for those who are on YouTube, I am Dr. Karen Lomax. I am the owner, founder, and the CEO of HERS Professional Life Coaching. You've seen the puzzle piece all over the place. That is me. The pink and fuchsia puzzle piece, that would be me. So come on in. Hey. I see y'all. Let me see if it'll let me share. It doesn't sometimes let me share from my page, but here we go. And it's early in the morning. You guys are not used to seeing me early in the morning, so I know it's a shocker. So come on in. Let's see, at least the HERS Girl. If you're in the HERS Girl group, good morning. I'm sharing it in our groups. I want everybody to get these tips, tools, and techniques because I want to see more people launch this year, 2022. I want to see more people launch. I want to see more people comfortable with launching. I don't want to see people stuck trying to launch because it should not be this anxiety-filled thing. So come on in. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes before I get into my tips and tools and techniques and things that I use. And I'm giving you the exact tips, tools, techniques, and methods that I use to launch my coaching programs and my businesses. So I'm not giving you something that doesn't work. I'm giving you something that I know that actually is a guarantee to help you to launch with ease, you guys. So come on in. You know what? I used to be one of those people that I was like, why are they talking so much on their live? Just get to it. I know I used to be one of those people too, but now I understand that it takes a minute for Facebook and YouTube to put it out there that you're actually going live. So it takes people a minute. And I know you guys are still at Starbucks getting your coffee. I know you're still getting your coffee. So come on in, grab your coffee. Come on in and let's do this. Good morning. I see you. Good morning. I haven't even said good morning to my people yet on my page. So they're like, what is she doing? Where is she at? She's all over the place. But I just want you guys to get this. It's not going to be a long live today. I'm getting my feet wet again. I've been gone for a minute because I haven't been feeling well. And so when I'm not feeling well, I don't want to come on because I want to give you guys 100% of me if you can. You're getting 90% today. So I think that's good enough. And I think that's enough for us to do this. So I've shared it. So when you see it, let me know. If you can see me, let me know. Come on in. Come on in. We're launching with ease today. We're launching with ease. Come on in. Come on in. And it's Forward Friday, y'all. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to be doing this a lot more. I hadn't been doing it for a while, again, because I haven't been feeling well. So I'm going to be doing it a lot more. We're going to be more consistent over here because, again, I'm getting my strength back. And so you guys will be able to see my pretty face more often now. All right. Hey, I see you guys on my phone, but I don't see you here. All right. One more minute. 9:05 is when we're going to go. So come in, and invite your friends. I always say that. Invite your friends. We want everybody to get this. We don't want anybody to be held up. And good morning. And to those who are at work, I understand you can always catch the replay. And if you are catching me by replay, thank you for coming on and catching me with the replay. So come on in. We're launching. A lot of people have launched, and I know some people's like, well, I've already launched, but this can still help you even after you've already, y'all know, okay, listen, if you've never been on one of my lives before, and if these are YouTube people, you're going to get bloopers, blunders. You may hear dogs barking, babies crying, who knows, anything that's going on in the background. You're going to get all of that. But come on, I wanted to just share that because we have a lot of people who are launching books. We have a lot of people who are launching programs. We have a lot of people that just launching. And I want people to launch and I want them to enjoy it because launching should not be, again, it should not be a scary thing, but for some people it can be. But I want it to be simple. I want it to be simple. I want it to be easy. I want to take all of the work out of it, because it ought to be fun. Above anything, launching something ought to be fun. And I'm gonna dispel some of these myths and things that they say that you're supposed to have and you need to do. And I'm telling you, it's so simple. Half of this stuff that they tell you that you need, you do not need. And so I always tell people, keep your eyes on your own paper and don't try to do it like somebody else does it. And that's where a lot of people get mixed up, and that's where they get, that's where a lot of the anxiety come from, because theirs is not launching like somebody else's. It's not looking like somebody else's. It's not feeling like somebody else's. And because somebody says, well, you need to do this and you need to do that, and half the things that they said that you need, you really don't. It's not necessary. And those are the things we're going to talk about, is what's not necessary when it comes to you launching something. Okay, so first and foremost, we are at 9:06. So yes, let's go. So first and foremost, again, y'all, thank you for joining me early this morning. And if you're on the East Coast, I know it's lunchtime for you. So thank you for joining me during your lunchtime. But if you catch it by replay, just let me know if you're live or if you're catching by replay. Again, I want people to get this, and because we have a lot of people who have businesses and who have things that they're trying to get off the ground, and they can't get off the ground because, number one, they don't know what to do, because there's so much out there. And one minute they're saying you need this, and the next minute you said that. So number one, let's just do this. Here's one of the biggest myths that is out there, and they say that you need. They say, and they is whoever the gurus are out there. And because one minute the guru says you need this, the next minute the guru says you don't need that. After you've tried that and you've invested and I call it sank all of your money into these things. They tell you, well, you have to have a certain amount of people before you can launch something. You need to get these many people. You need to get that many people. No big following. See on the screen? You do not need 10,000 people, 10,000 followers to launch something. All right. You don't even need 10 people to launch something. Okay. You really, really don't. So stop. So stop saying and stop, allowing, what's going on out there to say, well, I need to wait until I get this big following before I can push the button and say, let's go live. Let's do it. That is such a myth. You don't need, listen, I'm going to give you guys part of my story of how I launched, and my programs have been going ever since 2018, literally 12, but 15, 16, 17, 18. So we're like 6 years into this thing. And I had one person. I did not have a following. I didn't care about following. All I know is I had this program that I needed to build, and I needed to get it out there. So no, you do not need a big following. Okay. No big following. You don't need that. If you have nobody following you right now, it doesn't matter, because what are they going to follow? Okay, so it's just all about just really just common sense and just taking a moment and just getting your wits about you and say, I have this thing I need to get out there. If it's a program, if it's a book, if it's a business, don't think you need a following to get it off the ground. You do not. That is the biggest myth out there, and that's what keeps people stuck, and they don't launch because they've seen this person, they've seen that person, they rally these tribes and all of this type of stuff, and so they're telling you need this big old tribe to launch. You don't. I had one person when my program got off the ground. Okay, and we're going to even get into that. All right, the next thing they say, okay, now you need to get a team together. You don't need a huge team. Okay, a lot of this stuff is for appearances. Okay, so let's get that out of our head. A lot of this stuff is for appearances. You don't need to say, well, I have this team. Do you need a team? Yes. Once it gets off the ground and it begins to grow, then yes, you're going to need a team. But if you're just getting it off the ground, you don't need this huge team, because too many people can give you too many ideas, too many options, too many, do it this way, do it that way. You don't need a huge team. I always tell people, 2 is a crew, get busy. That's my quote. 2 is a crew, get busy. One of my business mentors, and I'm in one of her groups, and it was just her and one of her friends. And she was the one who was actually launching, and her friend was the concierge, as they call it, inside the group. So her friend was responsible for contacting people, making sure people got the link, making sure people got the correct date, making sure that the flyer was out and people were getting the correct information, and reminding them, hey, don't forget that, we're launching. Don't forget that we're launching. We're launching inside the group, right? And so it was just her and her friend until the business grew. Until she started to get like thousands of people. And then she's like, okay, now I need another person, so now she has 4 people. That's it. She has 4 people that's helping her with her business. Okay. These are online businesses as well, y'all. Okay. So let's just stop with that, the dramatics. All right. So don't sit there and think that you need a big following, or that you need a big team. If you have some best friends that that are business minded, and they're going to be also on board with your vision and not trying to sneak their vision in there, then just use your friends, you guys. You don't have to go out there and start, recruiting people. All right. So the whole point is to get it off the ground. All right. So this is how to launch with ease. All right. So you don't need that. The next one that keeps people stuck and they don't get their book, they don't get their business, they don't get anything off the ground is this, the bank account. You don't need a big bank account. I had no money, $0. Okay. I had no money. So you know what I had to do? I had to use merch. And when you hear merch, it's merchandise. I had to use merch. And anything that has your event logo, your event tagline. So I use t-shirts. Okay. I use t-shirts. I use pins. I use mugs. And my first piece of merch was a mug. And a lady saw it and she's like, can I get some of those? And then it just started with the mug. And then I added more merch until I had the money to do a big workshop and stuff like that. But just to launch, I didn't, you guys, I did not have money in the bank. All right. So I used what I had. And this is what I always tell people. There's always nice ways. There's always some very intuitive ways to get this done. So you don't need a big bank account, you guys. You don't need this huge flow of cash to launch your business, your book, or anything like that. And so, and I do want to say is especially when it comes to books, you guys, don't stop looking at everybody else. Okay. Stop looking at everybody else. Be realistic where you are in your finances and what you have at your disposal. Use what you have at your disposal. Don't put yourself in debt trying to do something huge just because people are saying this is what you need to do, or because Sister Sally did it, or Jimmy and Bobby did it and it worked. You just don't know. Okay. So use what you have at your disposal, but you don't need to break the bank to do this. All right. So sell some merch and some pens. Everybody loves ink pens, you guys. Everybody loves pens. Everybody loves t-shirts. Everybody loves mugs. All right. So moving on. I told you this is not going to be a long live because I'm going to open it up for questions. All right. So the next thing that people say that they need, and yes, I do have my handy dandy notebook, you guys, because I want to make sure you guys are getting these tips, tools, and techniques. And then I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it. No big event necessary. Utilize technology. Okay. When I say that, utilize technology, because everybody keeps saying, well, I can't launch my book because I don't have this, and I need to go, and I need to and I have to slow people down and say, first of all, if you want to do a big event, but you don't have the money for it right now, utilize technology. We have Zoom, okay? We have Facebook Live, like you guys are here. There's Google Rooms. There's Twitter Spaces. Now there's what is that? Clubhouse. I mean, utilize technology, utilize all of these different apps and things that you have, and create a Facebook room or a Facebook group. Okay. And I love doing launches in groups. I go to group launches all the time. And the reason why I say utilize technology is you're going to reach a wider audience anyway when you do it that way. And then later, when you have the money, if you say, well, I want to do one, then that's fine. But my whole thing is, don't feel like it's necessary, that it's a necessity, and that it's a written rule that you need to go spend thousands of dollars for a space. Then you need to get a caterer. Then you need to get a decorator. Then you need to do this, and then you need to do that. You don't have to have all of that. Okay. Now, here's another thing. If you want a event outside of, Facebook and Twitter and all of these places, and you actually want to on site, I've gone to launches where people did it in their driveway in front of their garage, and they hung up a nice, banner, had their table sitting there. And it was simple. Okay, you guys, just different things it can just be simple, just like that. And, and decorate, and you can get decorations from Walmart, Amazon delivers all these different things. But my thing is, please take the stress off of yourself because you feel that you need to do this big thing because everybody did this big thing. All right. When I launched my website, okay, when I launched my website, some of you guys that are watching, you were there when I launched my website. I did it on Facebook on a live, like I'm doing this. And let me tell you, the response was so overwhelming. And when I pressed the button and we pressed launch, then I had people, they started buying the merch. I had people saying, how can I get in? How can I do this? What are your services? And things of that nature. So I was able to reach a wider audience because I did it live. And I saved my money to actually do a workshop. So I didn't do like this big launch thing when it came to my business. I did it on a Facebook Live, and then the monies that I made from my mugs, my t-shirts, and my pens, I used that money to host my first workshop. So be smart, you guys, when you do this, because the monies that you want to spend on these huge things, because everybody seems like, the bigger it is, and the more successful it's going to be. Sometimes some of these people that you see out there, they're having these huge events, but they don't have clients afterwards. They're not selling the books afterwards. Y'all know what I'm saying? The business is suffering afterwards because they spend more time focusing on the event than they do on the actual business itself. All right. Your clients don't care about how big your event was, your launch event. Your clients are going to care about, can you really do it, what you say that you can do? Are your services for real? Do you have guarantees, for that you can help me in this area? Is your book as exciting as you said it is when you did this big $3,000 launch? And then they don't see you anymore pushing your book. You did a big launch, a big book sign, and that was it. And they heard nothing else from you about the book. Or again, the business got a big ribbon cutting, but then that was the last time people heard about you or your business. So make sure that you're not sinking so much money into these launches that you're not putting it towards what you're going to need to make sure that you can pull in your clients, okay? Or sell the book, or whatever it is that you're trying to launch, and especially when it comes to coaching programs, because that's huge right now. Okay, coaching programs are huge, but did you take the time to get everything you needed, your curriculum together, what's coming along with your program, what platform is coming on your program, with your program, how are you going to deliver that program to your clients, and all of these different things. Don't just focus on the launch, you guys, okay? I want to take the anxiety and the stress out of this, all right? Next, and here is one of the big ones that keeps everybody stuck. It kept me stuck for almost 4 years because I was just like, everybody is always telling, it's all about the time. They kept saying there was a perfect time. You needed to wait until this time. You needed to wait until this date. There is no perfect time. There's just time. Breathe and launch. Breathe and launch, you guys, okay? Don't get caught up in the hype of what you're seeing on social media. Everybody who's doing the big thing, they're not successful in the other area of the business. They were successful with the launch. That's about it. They were successful with the launch, but they haven't done anything since then. They're not doing anything with the business. You don't see them pushing the business. You don't see the book. You don't see anything. You saw the launch, and then they continue to share the videos of the launching, but then you don't see videos of any happy clients. You don't see any testimonials. You don't see people posted up with the book. You don't even see the book doing anything on the platform on Amazon or anything. You don't see anything. You saw the launch, and you saw that it was huge, and you saw that they had maybe 50, 60 people, and that was it. It's not about the launch, okay? It's about what happens afterwards. So take the stress out of it. Don't get depressed. Don't get discouraged because you don't have all of these things that everybody is telling you that you need. You don't need this. So remember this, you guys. These are, the Forward Friday is only going to be like 30, maybe 40 minutes, all right? No big following. Stop sitting there saying, I only got 10 people. That's enough, okay? It is such a myth, and I don't even know where that number 10K even came from when it came to launching something. I don't even know where it came from. Nobody knows, okay? All we know is whoever they are, put it out there and said, this is what you need, okay? So don't get caught up in that. You don't need 10,000 people to do something, okay? So don't think you need a big following. A big following is not required. You don't need a big team. If you have whoever that you have with you that's in your corner right now, me and my daughter basically was. It was me and my daughter, and then it went from me and my daughter to one of my girlfriends and her 3 daughters, and that's it. I don't have another team outside of that. That's it. That's it. That's my team, and it's because I've seen the work, I trust her with the things that I need done. Now, whenever I say I want to do this, she already has it. I did not go out and try to pull in more people. I just think too many people's hands on your stuff makes a mess out of things, and you have people pulling you in too many different directions. You need somebody that's going to sit down, and you're going to say, this is the vision, this is what I want, and they do it. And you don't have to have all of these people. So don't sit there and say, well, I don't have anybody. This is when you need to use technology. If you're saying, I don't have like 3 or 4 people that I can even depend on, then that's fine. Then that's when you need to go and jump down to number 4 and utilize this. Utilize technology. You do a Zoom. You can make a flyer and put it out there. You can create events on Facebook. You can do all of this stuff. Utilize the technology when you don't have a lot of people in your corner. You don't need to. Okay. So don't let that be the reason that you don't launch your program, that you don't launch your business, your book, your clothing line, whatever it is that you're trying to launch. Stop waiting for people. Okay. Because if you wait to have people, then you're going to be waiting a long time. Okay. So just do it. Once you have that vision in your mind and everything is coming together, launch it. Because this saying, if you build it, they will come. That is so true. Okay. So just do it. Just do it. I know it's scary and it can be very stressful and overwhelming, but just do it. Once you do it, you're going to feel fine. I promise. Okay. No big bank account. Stop, you guys. Stop spending all of your money on a launch. Save your money for merchandise that you're going to need to pay for your workshops and things afterwards, for your program afterwards. Okay. Don't spend all your money. Don't sink all your money into a big launch. Don't do that. Okay. Matter of fact, I just had one of my mentees. Hey, Shamika. She just launched and she did it Facebook Live. And then she went and she did a Instagram Live. Took off. Her stuff took off. Okay. She launched her website and she launched her journal on the same day. Okay. So these are the things I'm telling you that works. And especially now, everybody is like home because of COVID and things like that. So everybody's at home. So yes, being able to connect with you via a live video, a Zoom or something like that, that is really going to be it's going to be instrumental in getting your program out there, getting your book out there. And then plus it can go everywhere. Your audience is expanded when you do utilize the technology. Okay. But if you don't have that big bank account, you can get a mug. Go to Vistaprint. All right, y'all. Go to Vistaprint. My daughter has a Cricut. I mean, if you have a friend that says, hey, can you put my logo on this mug? Can you put my logo on this notebook? You know what I'm saying? But something like that, and create you some merch, then you can make you some money. And then if you want to do a big launch, that's fine. But don't wait until you feel like I need $10,000. Stop looking at these numbers. Okay. Again, y'all, my thing is, it's not about numbers. It's about impact. Please put that in your arsenal. It's not about numbers. It's about impact. But don't look around and think that you're going to need all of these things that everybody says that you need. You don't. Again, when I launched my program, I had no money. I didn't even have a program. I actually had a module 1. Thank you, Coach Melissa. And the lady that ended up pushing me to complete my program is also, when she finished the program, she's also one of hers life coaches, and that is Coach Melissa Settles. And she did that, and she was my first student. And my Hers Life Coaching Academy actually was 1 module. That was it. It wasn't even the whole program. It was 1 module, and I launched with 1 module. And while she was working through that module, I created the next one. So I didn't have money. I didn't have a venue. I didn't have people. None of this stuff. I didn't have anything. I had a PDF file. That's it. I had 1 PDF file. I knew nothing about platforms. I knew nothing about where to put it so people can have access to it. I just knew how to do this thing. And I was like, here we go. And literally, and she'll tell you, I literally emailed her, which is a no-no. Don't do that to your coaching programs, you guys. But I trusted her. But I emailed her the module because I didn't know anything about, I didn't know anything about Teachable and Kajabi and all of these different platforms where you can set your stuff and people can go over there. I didn't know anything about any of this stuff, Blackboard or anything. And I utilized Blackboard. And so I didn't know any of these things. So I was like, I know I had a PDF file. I know, and it was 1 module, and I know this program needed to take off, and I couldn't wait anymore. It had been 5 years. I was like, I can't wait anymore. And so I just put it out there and just said, you know what, coaching program coming soon. And she saw it. And I was like, wait, it said coming soon. But she purchased the module, 1 module. purchased the module, and I took the money from that module and created more modules and found this platform. And I was like, okay, now let me take the monies that she's paying for this coaching program and get my mugs, get my t-shirts, get my pens, get all of my stuff together so I can continue to put it out there. And that's how my coaching program took off. There was no big launch. It was Facebook Live. And it was before you can even do all the fancy stuff that you can do now. All the stuff you see scrolling across the screen. I didn't even know anything about this stuff. I didn't know anything about StreamYard or Restream or none of this stuff. I knew Facebook Live. And I said, I need to get my stuff out there. I got to get moving. And I made up the decision, and I did a simple live sitting on my couch. There was no banners because I didn't know anything about that. There was no banners. There was no nothing. I had my laptop. I had my Facebook Live, and I didn't even have a coaching page yet. I didn't have a coaching page, no website. It was just on my regular personal page, and I had some confetti from the 99-cent store and a cupcake. That's how I launched my coaching program, and my coaching program has been going strong ever since. And toot my own horn, toot toot. And we have graduated from now I have a life coaching academy. From that, y'all, it started from sitting on the couch. Okay. And we've graduated 27 coaches and mentors. Okay. So I'm telling you, this is what works. You don't have to have all of this stuff, and people are going to tell you that you need it because it's all for appearances. Okay. I see people now that have all this stuff, and they're saying we're doing this and we're doing that, and it's all for appearances, but behind closed doors, they're not moving. The program isn't moving. The book isn't selling. All of this stuff. So make sure you're just being smart. Okay. But please, this number five, there's no perfect time. So even if you're watching today and you've been wondering, you've been thinking, should I push the button today? Should I launch? I don't have a lot of people. Listen, get your kids, get your cat, get your dog, whatever. Even if you just want to videotape, if you said, oh my gosh, I have a fear of being live or something like that, videotape it and then put it on Facebook. But if you're sitting there literally in all seriousness, if you're sitting there and you're wondering, can I do this? Should I do this? Yes, you should. Don't wait on it another day because you don't have all of the stuff that society says that you need, and social media says that you need to get it off the ground. You don't need all of this stuff. All you need is determination, and you just need someone behind you saying, push the button. Let's go. Let's get it done. Because the longer you wait, the longer it's going to take for you to even start getting clients. You may have someone waiting right now for you to get this thing off the ground so they can purchase whatever it is, so they can buy into, so they can invest in it. They can't invest in it and they can't support it if you don't launch it. So launch it, you guys. You don't need all of this stuff that everybody keeps saying that you need. You don't need the big money. You really, really don't. It takes little to nothing to actually launch. So if you're sitting on your couch, get on Facebook Live, get on Instagram. Get on TikTok. They have TikTok. I'm not a TikTok person, but TikTok is out there. If you got TikTok, whatever, get on there and just let everybody know. It's like, listen, I have this big announcement that's coming. Hype it up. Hype it up. Now, it costs nothing to hype. You know what I mean? So make a cute flyer or something, and it don't have to be elaborate, and just say, hey, there's a big announcement. Let people know what time, to give you time to pull it together, however you want to do it. And then just do it. Do a live and then just do it. And I'm telling you, when I did launch mine, I sold, once I did it on Facebook Live, after everything was out there, I sold so many t-shirts, I sold so many pens and so many mugs, and that I didn't even have the stuff yet. I had just mock-ups. But when I did my live, people were actually on the live purchasing stuff. The same way with my book. When I launched my book on a live. I didn't do this big thing. I did it on live first, and then later when I built up the hype around the book on live, then later I did a book signing. My first book signing was at my church. It was free. Okay. It was at my church. Decorations. Again, my team decorated it for me. My team, my girlfriend and her daughters that I call my team, decorated it. And it was simple, a table with, and I think our stuff came from the Dollar Tree, okay? But it was just a table, and we had a tablecloth and a cute little jar to have my pens in with a flower on top that I was going to sign. And there was a bar stool sitting in front of the pulpit, and I sat there and I read a small passage out of the book, and then I did a book discussion. And then afterwards, we took photos with everybody, and they let me sign their books. That was it. It was so simple. There was no hassle to it. It wasn't this big to do thing, but we videotaped it, and we did a Facebook Live while I was signing books. It was something simple like that, you guys. So just breathe. You don't have to do all of this big stuff. If you don't have those things at your disposal, use what you have. I want to remove all the anxiety out of it. And, and even when I did my live and then I started doing lives around the book, people were purchasing the book while I was on live, y'all. So if you're launching a book, do a live. Just sit down. You don't have to get all dolled up unless you just want to. You don't have to do all that. I'm just a t-shirt person, but do that. Get your book, get your phone or laptop, and then sit down and let people know you start talking about your book. And I guarantee you're going to make sales on your book. Okay, you'll make sales. It should not be complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated. So there's no perfect time. You don't need all this extra stuff. So just breathe and launch. Okay, guys, that's all I wanted to tell you guys today. So hopefully some of these tips, some of these tools, some of these techniques that I'm telling you will work for you. And I pray that I did motivate you and encourage you to launch. Okay, don't sit there and wait another day. Launch now. This is the perfect time to launch. Okay, don't sit around and just say, oh my gosh, I need to wait until. No, you don't. If you keep feeling it and you keep saying, man, I need to get this out there, get it out there. Shock people. Just be spontaneous. Be spontaneous and just get it out there, okay? Because you want to go into the new year with everything in place, and you want people to start to utilize your program. You want people to start purchasing your book. You want people to start asking about your business. So don't spend this time trying to plan a huge launch. Spend this time launching, and then use the time that you would have been spending trying to do something huge. You utilize that time to get all of your stuff together for your business or for your book or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Okay, you guys. So that's all I wanted to say and share with you guys today. So I thank you for this little bit of time that you allowed me to spend with you. If you're watching me by replay, thank you. To those who are over on YouTube, thank you guys. Give me some feedback. This is just my first one on YouTube, so it gets better. I promise. I still get a little nervous sometimes doing these things, especially on YouTube, because I've never done it, but I did it. Y'all see? This is what I'm saying. I just did it today. But I really, really do pray that I encouraged you. And so if you have any, comments or any concerns or anything like that, everything is scrolling across the screen. You can reach out to me at hersllc@yahoo.com. If you want to book me to come, because yes, I do come to different places and do workshops and I do seminars and I do these types of things for those who want me to come and talk to their groups. My booking information is there, and you can book me at Dr. Lomax at hersllc.biz. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, it's been great. It's been fun. I will see you guys again. Maybe next Friday, possibly, but I'm going to be traveling. Okay, you guys, I'm going to be traveling and speaking at a workshop in Chicago. So everybody, you have a blessed rest of your day. And just remember, this should not be complicated. Just breathe and launch. All right. I'll talk to you guys another time. Goodbye.